nine-tailed creatures. They're all born with legendary skill in climbing. They can be captured with cage traps and trained into low-value pets. They can be put into nest boxes in order to power fort's egg production, but hatching them for meat is worthless. Peregrine falcons are too small to produce anything but a skull. While they are the fastest birds in real life, reaching dive speeds of 200 plus miles per hour, Dwarf Fortress does not handle gates faster than 87 kilometers an hour, instead using this as a maximum flight speed, which nonetheless makes them the fastest flyers in the games. That's part of why cheetahs are very dangerous in this newest update, because they actually move at that really high speed. And I keep circling things like you can see it. I don't know why I'm doing this. And then wolf. I think you can train wolves. Nope. I'm a hunter wolf for war or training. So I'm going to have to rely on dogs or something from the caves if I want something war-based. Because I do like having war stuff. They are decent pets at pet value of 50, but that's not what I'm looking for. I want to go look and have a cave thing open. Subterranean. Apparently you can get amethyst men. I have never seen them. And they're building destroyers, too. But that's not what I'm after. I'm after, let's see, no stun, no pain, no exotic humanoids. I'm going to have to just open that list when it comes to it. But now that I've gone over that, we have our embark. We've got a permanent source of fresh water, which might not freeze with how big it is, but it might. I don't know what's going on there. I have to filter I have to do this every now and again in order to stop weird glitches, but it looks like it's defining the edge of a fort there. But it might, so we can't rely on that. So I'm actually going to go with Profile 1 Basic, which is what I started my other fort with. Which means I'm going to have 3 miners with a variety of skills, and I believe 2 or 3 growers. 3 growers, and carpenter, woodcutter, among other things. So we got the basic skills covered, including a mechanic. We start with 4 copper picks, 4 battle axes, and 2 iron anvils, 50 dwarven ale, 50 dwarven wine, 12 of all the seed types, 50 cave fish, 50 plump helmets, a lot of the thread and bags and stuff, and ropes, quivers. I'm going to add backpacks and flasks to this, that way I can have a full, that way I don't have to worry about having that industry fully set up if I need to draft. So yes, this is an easy start, which isn't entirely in the spirit of losing is fun, but I want to lose from something from the outside, not from in here. Now, I had some issues with hunters in the last one who, despite having hunting enabled and very few other things, did not want to hunt, despite the fact that I have plenty of things wandering onto the map. So hopefully this will help. So I need to add backpack, and I'm just going to random this. Apparently it's going to be jaguar leather, 10 of those, and then flask. Or I'm going to do a water skin, they're cheaper. They don't have near as much early impact on my value. And again, this time I'm not going to go entirely random. Apparently dog leather. Now over here I start with 2 female dogs, 1 male dog, 1 male hunting dog, 2 cats, 4 sheep and a ram, 3 sows, 1 boar. And I believe that's all. So I'm going to add probably turkeys. 1 turkey gobbler and 2 turkey hens. That way it's not too bad at first. Just make sure that everything is still working properly over here. Because I cannot hear my own stream because my cat destroyed my headphones. So I cannot have my audio playing. Because otherwise it causes a feedback loop, as you probably saw at the very, very beginning of the screen. But with all that done, now we get to name the fort. And I actually have a name this time. And it's because of the number of things that showed up. And the name of the fort is, if this works, might... let's see if Temple... No. That's wrong thing. I want to clear that. Rear compound. Yeah, there we are. Oh, wait, nope. Second adjective. Fort. Well then, let's try. Apparently that's not gonna work. So let's just look through and see if anything catches my eye. Again. Rear compound. No. Let's just check all this. This isn't going to work the way I want it to. So let's see if we can't just do... Yeah, it's going to have to be... I told you to clear. And this shouldn't be a very hard reference to get, and it's only because I got rose quartz and some other stuff. And then here... That's as close as I can get. And then I'm not going to mess with the symbol. And time to strike the earth. Now, I do have initial save and seasonal autosave on, which will, on occasion, make the game stop for a little bit while it's going, because it takes a little while to save, because it also compresses the saves. That's just in case I accidentally do something that breaks the game that's not supposed to break the game. Now we just gotta wait and see what we got. While I wait on that, look a few quick things up while it's loading. I'm watching the stream to see when it loads right now because I've got the game hidden. I do have the chat open, so if those of you who are watching, if you have any comments, you can say them, and I should see them. I don't know how well my audio is doing. My mic is picking it up. I don't know if I'm too loud or not, so please let me know. I don't know why this is taking so long. This usually doesn't take this long. Might be because I'm streaming. Maybe I should have got the embark set up first. Oh well. But, whatever works, whatever works. Alright, so, wait for it to finish its save. Oh yeah, I've got some automatic plugins enabled that I didn't have last time, including Auto Nest Box. That requires it to be one at a time, and it's not that one that I'm really wanting. It's other stuff involved. So, I will get rid of that on the right side. So it's like this. This is how I normally play, and that will survey our environment. This is a nice big lake with a good little mountain here to dig into. Perfect, and we're right up against it. Let's see what's in the area. Oop. We've got a sturgeon. He's over here. I think it's a he. I wasn't paying attention. He is fat. His scales are gray, his eyes are black, yeah. This will give me pretty much unlimited fishing. And eventually this is where my reservoir is going to come from. Now, I've got a fair amount of trees up over on this side, but this will not be nearly as wood-heavy as my last import, so I'm going to have to start importing coke. So let's get started, shall we? I always remove the stairs within like If you shift click, you do this within 2 blocks of where I plan to do the entrance. So the entrance is going to be right here. So let's just start with the topmost piece, which is probably going to be this one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then bottommost 1, 2, 1, 2. This will take them a little while, not too long, to carve through. But what it means is that if the invaders spawn on top of the mountain, they have to come through areas down here or up here, giving me time to shut the gates. Now, I do an airlock system. I don't just seal them out unless it's a proper siege. That's not a treadmill. That's my AC, and it's very loud because it's a swamp cooler. But I don't have any game audio on my end either, so you might not have it on yours, probably. I apologize for that. Eventually I'm going to get it set up with SoundSense and everything, but it's all being weird. I just didn't want to spend too much time on it. I'm going to get a pasture set up, because the animals will annoy me if I don't. Oh, a horse and a one-humped camel, so there's some early butchering. If I get a breeding pair of these, I tend to keep them, but these aren't a breeding pair. I'll wait for the first dwarven caravan to see if they bring something to complement them. And I don't know why they're... Do I have my true time? There it is. Okay. That's better. If I get a male horse and a female or a female one-humped camel, I'll keep them and have them breeding. Now, pigs don't need pastures, so they're going to go inside with the rest of everybody else. I'm going to get a few early trees chopped down. Yeah, I'll chop this one down. I don't have my mouse controls activated because, oh, yes I do apparently. There we go. So that I can just go and click. And with all of that, we can unpause for now. Ooh, I need to get my dwarf therapist opened. That's XSplit, not dwarf therapist. Why am I opening that? Let's see. I don't tend to open this until after I have the fort loaded up for the first time, just so that if it takes too long, it's not sitting there generating error messages because it likes to auto-connect. So I need to turn off the fishing, and the hunting. That should be good for now. And now to start digging into the mountain. There we go. And as there's no keys, I can just set up a little area like that, come a few more in, and then get to work on some stairs. Now, I'm going to have good farming here. Let's go ahead and just even this out before it starts bugging me. There. On my last fort, I survived off of apples and the like, because I couldn't get a lot of good surface farming going, because I don't tend to just seal myself completely underground. That's not near as much fun unless you're going for a full colonization of the circus. I lost my train of thought. So I like to have serious amounts of surface farming to pair with my underground farming. Now, I tend to mostly just have punt helmets and pigtails, so I can have a full cloth industry. But in this case, I'm going to hope to find some rope reeds and stuff, so I want a full paper industry going so I can have a dedicated library. My dog's in this opening area. They watch for thieves. They're my kobold lookouts. And now we begin the process of the central staircase down 5 levels. I messed up my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop. I was on the wrong thing, I think. And then one more up, because I like to have a very central stockpile with workshops a level above it and stairs leading in and out. Now, this is where one of the bridges for the airlock goes, and the other goes at the entrance over here to the tunnel. And generally, I'll end up building walls out here, probably from here down to like here, with a little moat around it and one more bridge. This is just to give my military time to prepare and get up there. Because I will fight all the invasions to a certain extent. And yeah, because of XSplit, usually I'm still running 120S. I'm only at 105 of average up there, but... Alright, give me just one sec. I'm a loud person, so... Let's turn it down to about there. If I'm too quiet, let me know. Let's see. Once they start to hit... too much stone. Alright, so what stone is this? Is this it's the mica. I already found some of the ore. So we shall go down. This level here is usually my barracks level. I usually have them right here. That way I can seal the airlock on this end, get them up here and prepared, and then go in. Eventually this entire area gets expanded, so I've got walled fortifications and the like. I can set up archers and then have my melee dwarves hanging back until they get in, with stairs coming up on either side for the archers. I don't know how I'm going to do this setup. I haven't ever embarked on a lake, so I have a feeling that I might get a hydra coming down one of those streams. I don't know for sure, but we need to get the main stockpile set up, so let's do it on this level. No. Let's leave one of that stone level for public stuff. Let's go down 2 more. We'll start with this, or with the tetrahedrite. Alright, good. I don't want to be too loud. I don't want to break people's eardrums. And let's set up a basic little stockpile here. That's just going to be where I stockpile my first stuff, but I do need to get the carpenter's bench set up, which I'll just set it up over here in this corner so I can start getting some bins. Oh, I got more wood than I thought from this handful. I don't have... My last embark was, most of the fruit trees I wouldn't cut down because they were my gathering area, so most of my other trees were all like tall, spindly things, so I had to cut down lots to get any amount of wood. So this might still be a good place for wood, and the longer I'm here, the more that will start to grow. I did get some of the Badlands, I think. That's unusually flat over there. So we'll see what comes in from that angle. Possum and echidna, those aren't listed. Oh well. And, for this first stream, I'm just going to get the basics set up. Hopefully I'll start to get to a metal industry before too long. But, I tend to lose track of where I'm going, so every time I load up I start a different project. So that's a fair warning for those of you that are already watching. We'll just get... no, I'll wait until... Okay. So there. That'll be where this wall starts. I'll just build like 5 there. All the mica. And then down here, I think will be where this wall starts, which means I'm gonna... No. I want to do it from like here and remove all those Z ramps, because eventually I'm going to roof that in. I'll have a nice big area to deal with. So let's follow you down to about here. I messed that up. I think that matches. It does. And I will eventually turn on the DF. Yes, I do. I don't have. I'm going to, because I tend to spawn things in when I get frustrated. I'm not going to be doing that for any of the recorded games. I should probably have that playing, but I'm probably going to use things like deteriorate corpses and clothes and food once I start to get big stockpiles. I've got it set with some performance enhancers, because as you can see I'm already dropping fairly low. I don't like to drop below about 60. Until it drops to about 20 it's still playable for me though. I don't know how enjoyable that'll be for you guys. Right, basically I use the Lazy Noob pack. I do like Masterwork, but right now this computer likes to crash with it. I'm still trying to figure out what the issue is during not World Gen, but loading up for an embark. I can't. It starts to process the calendar, then it crashes, and I like to do. Whoa! What? Did it? Okay, no. That's where the FPS drop came in from. Apparently tons of flowers popping in. But I'm back up to a comfortable level. Shepherd Twitch. Okay. I keep wanting to call you Shepherd Witch, not Twitch. Now, generally when I'm building, I tend to use lots of wood on the surface and save the stone for underneath. But I think eventually I'm going to get several layers going up like this set up and move my primary stuff to the surface. That way I can have a game I don't normally do. Sorry, this is my first time streaming, so I'm still a little not used to it. I have recorded for YouTube a few times in the past, but for various reasons I wasn't ever able to stick with it, so I lost what practice I got from that. This done? No. I got spoiled by having a group of 10 miners. What are those? Oh, the buckets? Where are their buckets? Okay, I don't know. But what I am going to do, and this is going to have to be sealed in by the airlock too, is this will be my fishing area. I need to, yeah, I should be fine doing this. That way aquatic enemies can't get in through there. Now, if I have any major issues, I will retire the fort instead of just abandoning it, because the entire point of this is to rebuild the civilization. But if I lose all my military to a siege and my emergency draft after that also loses, I abandon the fortresses to the forces of evil or whatever is besieging. Because they're dwarves. Once they get past a certain point, they're going to run away screaming. They run away screaming from a big spider. Although, to be fair, most people will run away screaming from a big spider. Oh, that's going to be very nice. Apparently I didn't look at the creature list well enough because I was expecting wild boars. Well, if I was going to guess, I would guess they would come from the woodland over up in this corner. Getting close. Ooh. There's more ore down in this little area than I thought there was going to be. I found some of the moonstones. And some milk quartz. Which means I'm going to have to get gem and bar stockpile set up. Usually I combine the gem and bar stockpile until later when both start to overflow. Because I tend to be a little lazy about the gem cutting. And it's more because you can't automate it near as easily with the manager. So they're all cutting. I'm going to go and look at their socials. See if anyone... We've got one person with some dabbling in Judge of Intent, another in Persuader. I don't know what they were doing to get to that to each other, but... Oh, just a handful more. It's not going to have as much space as I would like, because I haven't had a chance to... Oop, yeah. 2, 3... I never enable the bars and blocks down here because it fills up too fast. Bars and blocks get their own thing right off the bat. And I'll probably just do a stone stockpile. Oh wait, no, I like to make my stone stockpiles literally max size. So I'll come up this way. Come down that way. We'll just put probably there. For the future workshops. Oh. Ah, that's how I click that. Oh, I've got caps lock on, that's why. Yeah, but I never got the hang of it, so I tend to just forget it doesn't exist. It's more about how I have my own style, and it's not entirely unique, but it's the way I like to do things. So when I do things like that, I do things. I'm gonna extend the stream to about 5:30, but I do have stuff I've got to do after that. So another hour. Well, 5:30 for my time. I don't have any idlers right now because they're all bringing down the stuff. I need to get the bins going. I believe they're in. We'll just start off with 5. And this will be our fishing and water area up here. Oop. I forgot to set it. There we go. And, if I've got, what kind of tree is this? That's a maple tree. I don't know if they have anything they drop. I don't have any that are too close by. I cut down probably all the good ones. Oh well. Once the trees start to grow back in, if this fort lasts long enough, that'll be good. Yeah, there we go, back up to full 120. So I guess, so it was just these flowers. Flowers everywhere. Apparently, this is the Fort of Flowers. And once they're done taking everything down, let's see, I'll set my wood stockpile over here. And then my stone stockpile will likely be on this end. There, we start off with max size and get this connected. I like to have plenty of entrances into the stockpiles, that way there's no major cases of overflow. Okay. And eventually, with the way I do my stockpiles, I'll have wrapped all the way around this. And there'll be more extra stockpiles up in these areas, if this fort lasts long enough. You never know, because we're still at war with those elves, and this is closer to where they've got positions, so we might get elven ambushes. Alright, see you next time, Horace. I'm going to be putting this on YouTube also. As soon as I'm done streaming this, I'm going to take a copy that I'm recording locally and upload that. I don't know when it'll be up, but it will go on YouTube. Bye. Have a nice night. I have insomnia, so I don't sleep very well, so I might have random 3 a.m. streams too. I've been wanting to stream Dwarf Fortress for a while, actually, but my last 2 computers couldn't handle even, say, just like 50 dwarf forts, so no one wants to see a fortress of only 50 dwarves. So, this one can handle more than 120, but once the invaders show up, it slows down so much it can be nearly unplayable, so I tend to stay about 120, because that lets all the big stuff trigger anyway. That's going to be a nice big area for outdoor farms. This might be a really good place. I'm hoping so. This over here is definitely going to be a weak point. And I have a tendency to get all my herds slaughtered. Yes, yes it is. There should be a link in the Twitch below. One of the giant duck dragons. One also goes to my Patreon, though I don't have anything set up for it yet. Hang on, let me just double check that while they're still carting stuff in. Looks like they're nearly done. Let's go check.